Welcome to your coverage of Missoula's sports heroes. You're tuned in to the Missoula Prep Sports Network live stream of local sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen.
This presentation of Missoula Sports is proudly powered by Fuel Fitness, the only gym from Montana for Montana.
Check it out.
MPSN is your leader in Missoula's prep sports.
Woo!
We now take you to the action on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Everybody hustles out there, okay, guys? Nobody quits.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Kendrick Field in Helena, Montana. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we broadcast a May Day baseball game here under the lights. It'll be lit up here shortly as the Missoula Mavericks are taking on the Helena Senators. It's the first night game of the season, and very excited. I love these, and the trip over here, Kendrick Field, a beautiful field, of course. Lindbergh Craig Field, my favorite Legion baseball field in the state. But this Kendrick Field here in Helena, a very beautiful layout with the sleeping giant behind us. It is faces towards the southeast way here. We've got Hathaway and Coach Burnett out having plate talk. Our officials today, Chris Romero is behind the plate, and Craig Struble is in the field. Struble, a long-time great here with Legion officiating in the state of Montana. Kendrick Field here in Helena has officially become the Legion field for at least the next 3 years, as the Helena Senators Legion Post 2 has taken over, and they've done a phenomenal job of making this their own, and it looks very beautiful. Grass is just a gorgeous green, as if you cannot tell through the feed today. We want to welcome in any Helena Senator viewers that are watching in on today's game. Hopefully I will do justice for you guys as well. Glad to bring you guys in and take care of it. The coaches making their trades on their lineups, and we'll have lineups here in just a few moments while the officials do their plate talk. We'll have high school softball tomorrow and Friday night, as the Loyola Breakers will host Thompson Falls tomorrow night, and then Troy on Friday night. And then it's a duo doubleheader with the Billings Royals this coming weekend for the Mavericks, as there's 2 games on Saturday and 2 games on Sunday. 1 o'clock start time for the first game on Saturday and a noon start time on Sunday. But right now we're ready to go here at Kendrick Field. We're going to go ahead and jump into our starting lineups, and though the Missoula Mavericks are the opposing team, well, they're always our home team in our hearts. So we'll start out with the Helena Senators and their starting lineup. Batting first, number 2, Matt Krieger. He is the shortstop. Batting second, number 11, Ethan Kintz. He's the second baseman. The first baseman will bat third. That's number 12, Chase Nielsen. Ty McGurn will bat fourth. He's going to be in center field. Batting fifth is Ryan Barrett. He's the DH. The right fielder, number 4, Seth Barrett, will bat sixth. Batting seventh is number 14, Hunter Lindgren. He is holding down third base. The catcher, the wall behind the plate, number 1, Hunter Kirkpatrick, will bat eighth. And rounding it out, it is Zach Spiroff hanging out in left field. The man with the call on the mound, the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound, that's number 13, Cy Miller. As I mentioned with the plate talk, the Helena Senators coached by John Burnett. The Missoula Mavericks now, their starting lineup. Number 10, Bridger Johnson will lead things off. He's going to hang out in right field. The left fielder, number 16, Sam Busey, will bat second. Batting third, number 7, Dane Frazier. He's going to be the wall behind the plate tonight, folks, and I get excited every time he jumps back there. We've got some great catchers in our program, but it's still fun to see Dane jump back there. Number 13, Trad Richardson, will hold down the third base spot. Batting fourth. Batting fifth, Drew Stensrud. He is the first baseman. Center fielder, Brendan Hill, will bat sixth. Number 7, Jake Littner will be the second baseman, batting seventh. He's number 4. Batting eighth, number 17, Caden Jordan is the DH, and Dayton Bay will play at the shortstop position, rounding out the order in the 9 spot. It'll be Kellen Feely on the 5 Valley Auto Sales pitcher's mound for the Missoula Mavericks. as they announce and Coach Hathaway, the manager for the Missoula Mavericks, as they finish out announcing our lineups here, we get ready for the national anthem. So we'll wait just a few moments. We'll go ahead and step aside. When we come back, we'll have first pitch. You're listening to Missoula Mavericks Baseball on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn & Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 60 years. Give Tip Coburn & Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Tip Coburn & Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN. The Missoula Prep Sports Network is Missoula's home for high school sports, and we need your help. MPSN is looking for local businesses to help us cover our local high school athletes by advertising their business on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. If you know of a business that would be interested in helping the Missoula Prep Sports Network in our coverage of high school sports in the Missoula area, drop us a line by using the Contact Us link at MPSN406.com. MPSN, Missoula's home for Missoula's prep sports heroes.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Warning.
Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash are at it again. They've taken what was already the best wash in town, the best value in town, and made it even better. Now whenever you gas up your rig at Fast Trip Conoco, you can clean it up for half price. Yeah, you heard that right. When you fuel up your car at Fast Trip Conoco, you can get any wash at Magic Touch Car Wash for half price.
Warning. This is not a drill.
It's the Gas It Up, Clean It Up special at Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash, on reserve across from Large Pond.
Half price wash only valid when purchased at the pump or in Fast Trip Conoco.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton from the Missoula Prep Sports Network in Helena, Montana. Missoula Mavericks taking on the Helena Senators on a Wednesday night, the first of a 3-week series of Helena Senators and Missoula Maverick games on a Wednesday night. Next Wednesday, the Senators will be in Missoula, and then we will head back over here 2 weeks from tonight for the matchup. So right now, Cy Miller warming up on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound, and our leadoff batter for the Mavericks, Bridger Johnson, warming up. Johnson, Busey, and Frazier due up to lead off the inning. Today is May 1st, which traditionally not a lot of people really know, but it is May Day, so happy May Day to everyone out there. As we get ready to go here, one of the holidays, or if you want to, I believe it is a holiday, May Day. It used to traditionally be a holiday. People leaving May Day baskets on doors for people for a tradition, something that doesn't happen much often anymore. But it's a beautiful day here in Helena. We have 52 degrees at game time temp with an 18-mile-an-hour wind out of the west. So that will have some effect. Bridger Johnson at the plate, ready for his first at-bat of the game. And Cy Miller, the infield, gathers and runs to their positions, and Miller with his right foot on the rubber. Here's the first pitch, swung on for a strike, and our first pitch is at 6:59 p.m.
You may hear in the background the competing play-by-play. That is Chris Stratton, who is doing the TV and internet feed for the Mavericks.
And this one's going to be dinged out. It's going to be fair, and they're going to go ahead and let Johnson make the corner to second. The ball is overthrown. Johnson will hold at second, and the Mavericks will start out with a hit.
So the double for Bridger Johnson
brings up Sam Busey for the Mavericks.
Here is Sam Busey, the left fielder, number 16, Sam Busey. Not a lot you can draw.
Busey will settle in, a right-handed batter. veteran for this Mavericks squad, as he's been here at the AA level for 3 seasons. This will be his 3rd season, I should say. Here's Miller with the first pitch to Busey, and Busey will let it ride by for strike 1.
So no balls and a strike with the runner at second and nobody out. Just getting the chairs.
Johnson takes his lead at second. Miller will check him over the shoulder, and here's the pitch. Swung on, and that one will get contact, but into the catcher's glove for strike 2. Hunter Kirkpatrick, the catcher tonight for Helena. A Navy on Navy color squad here. Here's the pitch. And we get ball 1. We've got Jay Scott up here in the booth. He's doing play-by-play for Treasure State Radio. So glad that these Legion teams get the coverage that they do. Here's Miller with the 1-2. And Busey will reach. It'll be popped off foul down the first base line, and the Buse will stay alive at 1-2. Dane Frazier in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks. Swung on, and Busey will be struck out for the first out of the inning. Brings up the catcher, Dane Frazier. Frazier settles in with Johnson at second after his smart little shot down the first base line, and Frazier will let it roll by. Kirkpatrick's going to have to chase it down, but we'll have ball 1. Frazier settles in. Richardson, Trad Richardson in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks with 1 out and 1 on. And Frazier will let it go by for strike 1. Frazier so far this season from the plate. Struck out twice. And the throw down the third base line. The tag is there, and they'll punch him out. Johnson will be out number 2 on the attempted steal at third.
Johnson caught stealing.
And the pitch thrown, I believe, was a ball. It was 2-1 to Frazier. So 2 out with the bases cleared. Pitch on the way, and Frazier will ting this one foul high. And we'll have an even count at 2 as Coach Mosier is going to take a teaching moment with Johnson before he heads back to the dugout. Here's Miller now with the stretch. And Frazier's got this one high into center field. McGurran is there. It's in the glove, and that's the side. So the Mavericks get one on, but he's out off of the steal, and it's 0-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. We'll be back with the Senators portion of the first right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn & Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 60 years. Give Tip Coburn & Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Tip Coburn & Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton from the Missoula Prep Sports Network at Kendrick Field in Helena, Montana for the Missoula Mavericks taking on the Helena Senators. First game, night game. So we'll have some baseball under the lights, and that's always the most exciting part of baseball for me is that sense of getting it under the lights, and I know for a long time that baseball was a day game, and wasn't until fairly recently that it was changed over to a evening type game, but there's just some great sense about having a night game. We're ready for our first batter for the Senators here in the bottom of the first, scoreless on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard, and it's Matt Krieger. Kellen Feely throwing for the Mavericks. Here's Feely with his first pitch, and he'll slide that one low and inside for ball one. Feely settling in, and this year for the Mavericks defensively on the pitcher's mound, as this one's popped back at us, even it out at one. But for the pitcher's portion this year, it's been a pitch by committee, as well, it's the first month of the year, and so Hathaway's trying to figure out who is where, as this one's off the knee of Frazier for ball two. So it's been about a 2-inning rotation for pitchers. It'll be interesting to see what he does tonight, with this being the first 9-inning game of the season, whether he'll let Feely stay. And if there will be any type of rotation, this one's going to be bounced down the third base line, foul, and we'll be even at 2. But for Feely this year, from the pitcher's mound, he has been in on 2 games. And he's 3 innings total on his time, as he'll have the 2-2. And we get a full count at 3-2. Leadoff batter on the inning, or on the game, on the inning, Matt Krieger. Ethan Keentz in the on-deck circle, as this one's going to roll out and picked up by the shortstop. It's blocked, but he's not going to be able to make the throw, and the Senators will have a runner at first with no outs. That takes us to the second baseman, number Ethan Keintz. Want to send a shout out to one of our listeners in our town Superior. That would be the voice of the Missoula Mavericks, the one and only Paul Yarbrough. Here's Feely with the first pitch, and this one's going to be off the knee. The runner's going to go ahead and take second. Frazier will make the throw, but it's a stand-up base for Krieger. And we get ball one. Chris Romero behind the plate for tonight's game, with Craig Struble in the outfield. Feely will check. Krieger at second. This one's foul back now. So 0-1 on the count. Runner at second. Pitch on the way by Feely. Bunt laid down. This one's a good one, as it's going to roll on the fringe. Picked up. The throw to first is rocketed over, but not in time. Beautiful laid bunt that just hung on the fringe down the third base line, and now the Senators will have runners on the corners with no outs. And that takes us to Chase Nielsen, the first baseman for the Senators. 2 on, no outs here in the bottom of the first. Feely now looking to work out. And this one's fouled off for strike one. For Feely, though, in his 3 innings pitched so far in those 2 games, he's had 8 runs off of 7 hits, 7 of those runs earned. Here's Feely, and it's over the plate for strike 2, so he'll settle in ahead of the count, 0-2. Seeing some good fans making their way into the stadium here. Swung on, and Feely will have his first out as a K.
The center fielder, number 10.
One down.
That brings us to the center fielder, Ty McGurran, who had that last out on Frazier's pop into center field at the top of the first. So the lefty will settle in to the batter's box. Feely, foot on the rubber on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound. The runner at first is going to go. It's outside. Here's Frazier with the throw, and it's overthrown, and Littner is there for the save. Runner from third will tag, and the Senators are on the board. 1-0 on the 5 Valley Auto Sales scoreboard.
They wouldn't have been able to because the throw was high and headed for center field. So the double steal gets the run home. It is 1-0 Senators.
So Senators get the first score.
Here in the bottom of the first.
And the pitch thrown was a ball as it was outside on the lefty. And the runner at second is going to go ahead and take third. And here's Frazier down the line. Richardson will be there, and he'll fall off the bag. And that will put the runner at third with 1 out.
Gave Kynes the opportunity for his second steal of the inning. The Senators now with 3 stolen bases in 3 batters.
And now with a 2-0 count,
The 2 balls and
McGurran will settle in with a runner at third. Here's Feely on the throw.
the pitch.
Swung on. This one's going to be tight down the third base line, but it's foul. And we'll have strike 1. Ryan Barrett in the on-deck circle for Helena. 1 out, runner at third. Bottom of the first. Helena with the first run of the game. 1-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Here's the pitch. And this one's off of Frazier's knee. And that's ball 3. So 3-1 on the count. All non-conference games right now.
With 1 out.
Here's Feely now. Swung on. This one's high into left field. Busey's tracking it down. It's short. Busey will have the catch, the tag, but Busey with the rocket. And the runner will hold at third. And we'll have 2 outs. Brings us to Ryan Barrett, the designated hitter.
Ryan Barrett.
A position that has quite a bit of controversy in the majors right now, depending on which line you sit on, which side of the line you sit on. Here's Feely with his first pitch to Barrett. Barrett's going to have this one dribble out. Bay with a bounce on it. The throw to first is there, and that's the side. So 1 score, 1 left, and it is Helena on top, 1-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. We'll be back with the second right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash are at it again. They've taken what was already the best wash in town, the best value in town, and made it even better. Now whenever you gas up your rig at Fast Trip Conoco, you can clean it up for half price. Yeah, you heard that right. When you fuel up your car at Fast Trip Conoco, you can get any wash at Magic Touch Car Wash for half price.
Warning, this is not a drill.
It's the Gas It Up, Clean It Up special at Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash, on reserve across from Large Pond.
Half price wash only valid when purchased at the pump or in Fast Trip Conoco.
Stitches of Missoula is your resource for embroidery and screen printing. Give Stitches a call today at 406-529-2632 to speak with their super friendly staff and have them take care of your embroidery needs. From business logos to team jerseys, Stitches Embroidery can help you and your team look good. Check them out online at stitchesmontana.com to see their full line of silkscreen and embroidery options. Stitches is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton from the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we move to the top of the second inning where the Helena Senators lead the Missoula Mavericks 1-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Middle of the order, 4-5-6 due up for the Mavericks. Trad Richardson, Drew Stensrud, and Brendan Hill as Richardson makes his way to the plate. Want to say hello to all of the Helena Senator fans that are listening in with the Maverick fans. Hello to both Maverick and Helena fans. Glad that we're able to bring this broadcast in so that you can watch your favorite sports hero play Legion baseball. Here's Richardson now at the plate. with Cy Miller on the Five Valley Auto pitcher's mound, and Richardson will strike on the first pitch, fouling it back into the backstop for strike one. Trad, the lone Frenchtown representative for the Missoula Mavericks.
World Series. Giants and the Yankees some years ago.
Dual sport athlete as he is a soccer player. Here's the Miller pitch, and we'll get ball one. So even on the count at 1 for Richardson. It is Drew Stensrud in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks. Sun making its way towards the horizon as this one slides over the plate for strike two. Cy Miller coming on and playing very well. And Richardson's going to roll this one out. It's got eyes as it gets by the shortstop, and Trad Richardson will have a single to add to his totals this year, as he has been tearing up the bat offensively for the Mavericks. Now we come to Drew Stensrud, the first baseman. And this is the first inning or the first year that Stensrud has played at the Double-A level for the Mavericks. Here is the pitch by Miller, and it's outside for ball one.
Right-handed batter.
Stensrud settles in with Hill in the on-deck circle.
The Zephyr, but it's not all that strong at the moment.
Here's the pitch, and we get a ball as Stensrud is being patient at the plate. Beautiful night here in Helena. We do have some overcast, the sun trying to break through to the west of us. Perfect night for baseball as we make the throw to first for Richardson. Setting up Trad. Trad with a stolen base so far this year. Here's the pitch, and we're outside for ball three.
There goes the scoreboard. This is not an easy scoreboard.
Stensrud settles in, and now the pitch by Miller. And Miller will have strike one, so 3-1 on the count. Now the limited stats is there's only been a couple of games that have been played for the Senators. And we go on a full count on the foul tip.
Each team with 2 hits, the Senators with the run,
and it looks like Miller has participated in those games as a pitcher.
Miller looking down at Kirkpatrick.
Here's Stensrud now. And Stensrud will be struck out for the first out of the inning.
Second strikeout.
And we come to Brendan Hill for the Mavericks.
Brendan Hill.
Right-handed batter.
Hill looks down the third base line to Coach Hathaway for the Mavericks.
We have the opportunity here. A lot of folks did a lot of interesting things on this day.
Miller with the pitch. And that one's off the toe. Richardson's going to go ahead and take the base on the wild pitch.
And it'll be a wild pitch, and the runner will go
And we'll go 1-0 on the count. One out. Richardson at second now.
So Richardson at second. And ball one in a 1-0.
Jake Littner in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks as Hill settles in. Hill, one of the more productive batters for the Mavericks, both last year and this year, as this one's going to be popped up foul, and the first baseman cannot get there, so we'll have strike one to Hill.
1883 on this date. New York Gotham.
And Hill, one of my more favorite athletes in Missoula. He's, as you know, he plays for the Mavericks, but Sentinel, he is a phenomenal slot receiver. This one's bounced down the third base line, foul. But what a lot of people don't know is that he is a killer on the basketball court. Played with the Sentinel program his freshman year, and really should have been up at the sophomore, maybe even JV level his freshman year. Very smart athlete. Richardson at second with a 1-2, and Hill will power this one foul to stay alive at 1-2. Richardson takes a good lead at second. And the pitch. And that one's going to catch Hill, and that's a base for the Mavericks. So with one out, there's 2 on. And we come to Jake Littner.
The second baseman, number 4, Jake Littner.
Littner will settle in. First year with the Double A. He was with the A last year. Miller will check Richardson over his shoulder, and the pitch on the way, and it's outside for ball 1. So Miller was able to knock down the first 3 batters for the Mavericks. Here's the pitch now. And Littner will have a hard swing for strike 1. Caden Jordan in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks with runners at first and second and 1 out. Here's the 1-1. And we get strike 2. Romero with a good bark from behind the plate on the strike call, and they're going to say 2-2 on the count, so I am behind on the board. Top of the second. Helena leading Missoula 1-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard, and now we get a full count at 3-2. Hill at first, Richardson at second. They take their lead. Pitch on the way. And that one's tied inside. So 3-2. Here's the pitch. And the bases are loaded off the walk on Littner. And we come to the bottom, or the 8-hole batter, number 17, Caden Jordan, who is the DH today. Wearing the number 17. He'll settle in. Here's the pitch. And this one's down the line, and Hathaway will watch it bounce by his legs for strike 1 on the foul hit. 1 out here in the top of the second. Loaded bases for the Mavericks. Littner at first, Hill at second, and Richardson at third. Everybody takes their lead. Miller now with the stretch. And we get an outside strike on the right-handed batter for strike 2. Miller had a runner on in the last inning, and with some great infield play, they were able to get him out at third. Now we've got loaded bases, and this one's a popper over the shortstop. It's deep. Richardson's going to come home. They'll go ahead and hold Hill up, and the Mavericks tie it up at 1. And the bases stay loaded with 1 out. And we're at the bottom of the order to Dayton Bay.
The shortstop, number 1, Dayton Bay.
So the Mavericks get on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard here in the top of the second inning to tie it at 1. And the bottom of the order, Dayton Bay, looks down the third base line. Hathaway with an extended signal. And everybody steps away from their plates. Or bases, I should say. Bay at the plate. Miller got that left foot, the toe right on the rubber. Outside for ball 1. It's always interesting for me to see where that pitcher puts his foot on the plate, on the rubber out there on the Five Valley Auto pitcher's mound. Pitch on the way. Swung on, and we'll have strike 1. Coach Mosier back in the dugout. He's the first base coach, but he's doing some coaching on while he's over there. Now he'll walk back over to first base. Here's the pitch, and this one's going to be rolled out. Third baseman's going to juggle it, and he'll get the tag on Littner. Hill will come home, and with 2 outs, the Mavericks take the lead 2-1 on the fielder's choice. And that'll leave runners at first and second. And we swing to the top of the order to Bridger Johnson. So 2 out, 2 on now here in the top of the second, with the Mavericks earning 2 runs. Here's Johnson. Miller with the pitch. And it's inside over the plate for strike 1.
So 2-1 now, Mavericks.
And Lindegren over there at third, having to make the choice to throw to first, or the tag on Littner. Went with the tag on Littner, as this one slides over the plate for Miller for strike 2. Bay steps away from first. Jordan from second, and the pitch. And it's outside. Good job by Kirkpatrick to keep it in front of him as we get ball 1. For Helena, in the bottom of the second, they'll have the 6, 7, 8 batters. And we're outside to even it up at 2 on the count. Join me tomorrow night for high school softball, as I'll have Loyola hosting Thompson Falls. This one's bounced out and picked up by Miller. He'll make the throw to first, and it's there and on target. That's the side. So 2 earned, 2 left on for the Mavericks, and they lead 2-1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Mike's Print and Copy is your locally owned print shop. Whether it's custom letterhead or business cards, Mike and his friendly staff understand that your business is important to you and will make sure that your project is handled in a professional and timely manner. Drop into Mike's Print and Copy to have them take care of your printing needs. Stop by 1503 South Russell or give them a call today at 406-728-3363 to have Mike's Print and Copy take care of your printing needs. Mike's Print and Copy is a proud sponsor of high school sports in Missoula and the surrounding community.
Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is Missoula's one-stop shop for all your hockey and lacrosse needs.
Check this out.
It may be warm outside, but you can still take care of your hockey fix in their 1/3 sized indoor rink.
Really? Wow, crazy.
Stop in to 1010 North Avenue West and see what they have in store for your hockey needs. Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton from the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we move to the bottom of the second inning, where the Missoula Mavericks now lead Helena Senators 2-1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. And in the inning switch between innings, Zach Angus has made his way over to the bullpen and is stretching out over there. For the Helena Senators, it's Seth Barrett, the right fielder, to lead off the inning. Kellen Feely on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound. So Barrett, Lindegren, and Kirkpatrick due up on the inning. And the outside pitch on the lefty is ball 1. So Coach Hathaway looks like he's possibly going to go with his 2-inning rotation. And we're outside for ball 2. And why not? I mean, it is non-conference season. It's the beginning of the season, the first month. So, just let these guys roll. It's hard, you want them to get into a rhythm, as this one swung on for strike 1. Yeah, you want them to get into a rhythm, but really it's just feeling out players, seeing what they have, put them in different positions, let them try things out, experiment. Swung on for strike 2 to even us out at 2. That way, when you get to the meat of the season, you know who has what. Here's the pitch by Feely. And Feely will knock down the first batter with a strikeout. Takes us to the third baseman, Hunter Lindgren. Lindgren will step up. Hangus now throwing in the bullpen down the first base line. And this one's going to be hit foul as it bounces into the stands for strike one.
So no balls and a strike. They'll have to wait till the ball thwacked off the fence down there.
Lindgren 0 for 3 on the season. Feely now, right foot on the rubber. Pitch on the way. And this one's fouled right back at us for strike two. Feely doing a good job of controlling where the batter's swing is.
But it was in the National League. The Cleveland Spiders. They went back
as Feely gets back on to the rubber. We'll have Hunter Kirkpatrick in the on-deck circle for the Senators. Here's the pitch. High, and we'll have ball one. So one down, nobody on here in the bottom of the second. Senators looking to even up with the Mavericks as Feely will have a high pitch to even it out at 2. Mavericks a good inning at the top of the second, earning 2 runs. Richardson and Hill coming home as this one's going to be down the third base line. Richardson with the glove. The throw to first is high, and the runner will take the base as Richardson overshot. And the runner will reach off the air. Now we come to Hunter Kirkpatrick, the catcher.
Hunter Kirkpatrick.
So 1 on and 1 out now with Lindgren at second.
They were the Cleveland Naps for a long time. Then Napoleon Lajoie, L.A.
Feely now with the pitch.
Retired. So they figured, well, we got to have a new name. Here's the pitch.
And a check swing is going to be off the end of the bat. It'll go into the bullpen down the first base line, and we'll have strike one.
So they took a poll in Cleveland and decided on the Indians. That's how.
Kind of had one of those check swings come off a bat for Loyola this week that turned out to be a bunt that earned a run. Kind of funny how that works sometimes. The low pitch even us out at 1.
Ball one and strike one. Chief Yahoo and various other things, but
as Kirkpatrick steps in, Zach Spiroff in the on-deck circle. Bottom of the order for the Senators. Here's the 1-1. And this one's high into left field. Busey backpedaling. Hill coming over to help, and it's in the glove. Runner will hold at second, and that's 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Bottom of the order approaching the plate now. Number 6, Zach Spiroff, the left fielder, with 2 outs and a runner at second.
right-handed batter. First grand slam in American League.
Fans moving in, cheering on the local Legion players. Love seeing the stadiums fill up here. Doesn't matter where you're at. Community supporting their sports athletes. Here's the pitch, swung on. This one's going to bounce out. Richardson with a good glove on it. The throw to first is low and on target, and that's the side. So 1 on, hung behind, and the Mavericks hold on 2-1. We'll be back with the top of the third right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
The Missoula Prep Sports Network is Missoula's home for high school sports, and we need your help. MPSN is looking for local businesses to help us cover our local high school athletes by advertising their business on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. If you know of a business that would be interested in helping the Missoula Prep Sports Network in our coverage of high school sports in the Missoula area, drop us a line by using the Contact Us link at mpsn406.com. MPSN, Missoula's home for Missoula's Prep Sports heroes.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we go to the top of the third inning. The Missoula Mavericks leading 2-1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. And the 2-3-4 batters scheduled on the inning, that would be Busey, Frazier, and Richardson. As Busey heads to the plate. Cy Miller pitching his third inning for the Senators. No movement in the Helena bullpen, so Coach Burnett going with Miller until things get strenuous. Here's Busey ready for his second at-bat, and it's going to be outside on the right-handed batter for ball one. Kendrick Field, home of the Helena Senators Legion baseball team, as this one's going to bounce off the toe of Kirkpatrick and up into Busey, and he'll settle back in. Former home of the Helena Brewers, but now the Senators have taken over, and we get strike one to Busey now. And the Senators have really made it their own. Moving into the clubhouse, Busey's got this one rolled out to the second baseman. The throw is there, and Busey will be out number one on the ground out. And we come to Dane Frazier, the catcher. So one out, nobody on. But as I was saying, they've moved into the Brewers clubhouse and made it their own, and they've got an indoor facility where they can bat and do a few things. Coaches' offices now. And Frazier will hit this one right up the gap down the middle, and Dane Frazier will jump on base with one out. Brings us to Trad Richardson, the third baseman.
Number 13, Trad Richardson.
And Richardson this year batting real well. In 6 games played, he's had 15 at-bats, 4 runs off of 7 hits, 5 RBIs. Here's Miller now. And Richardson will have this one off the hand grips, foul for strike one. Frazier at first. The on-deck circle has Drew Stensrud in it. Here's the pitch by Miller. And a check swing will be called ball. They'll check in the field, and Struble says ball one. Craig Struble, one of the top Legion officials in the state, renowned. He did the AA state tournament last year. And Richardson's going to put this one high into right field. Right fielder's chasing it down, looking over the shoulder. Can't put it in the glove. Frazier's going to have to get on his wheels, and he does. And now the Mavericks will have runners at second and third off of the Trad Richardson hit. And they are going to call it a double. It's officially scored as a double. And we come to Drew Stensrud. So the Mavericks with runners at second and third with one out. And Drew Stensrud steps to the plate. Miller, foot on the rubber, and the pitch. Stensrud will check swing. It's off the toe, but the runners will hold at second and third as Kirkpatrick chases it down. And they're going to call it strike. Mavericks will have a doubleheader, a duo doubleheader this weekend, as they will host the Billings Royals, as this one pops right back at us and comes down on the window right in front of Jay Scott for strike two. Saturday's doubleheader, first pitch is at 1 o'clock. From Lindbergh Craig Field. MPSN will have coverage for you if you can't make it to the field. And then Sunday's games. First pitch will be at noon as we're way outside for ball one. And then next Wednesday will be these Senators at the Missoula Mavericks. That'll be a 9-inning single game. as we're outside for ball 2. Encourage you to head out on Saturday, Sunday, and Wednesday night for these Mavericks. We've been drawing some good crowds this year. It's been fun. Only a few games at home, but we've had some good crowds despite the weather, as this one's fouled back to keep the batter alive. Brendan Hill in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks. What a great job Larry Schock and his crew have done to spruce up the Mavericks facility, Lindbergh Craig Field. And this one will take a ride high. Second baseman's there on the fringe. It's in the glove. Runners will hold, and that'll be out number 2. So we come to the center fielder, Brendan Hill, now, with 2 outs and runners at second and third. But Larry Schock and some of the parents this spring before practices started got out and painted the dugouts and the wall in the outfield Maverick blue. So it looks very snazzy out there. If you haven't been out to check a game out, I would encourage you to come and check this one out. This one's in the gap down the left field side and in the glove, and that's a side. So the Mavericks will load 2 on, but they leave them behind, and Helena holds off. 2-1 Missoula on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Bottom of the third right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Locally owned Paradise Falls is a place for friends and family to enjoy good food and good times, with a diverse menu and a fun atmosphere that includes nearly 30 TVs showing every sport imaginable. Paradise Falls is sure to have something for everyone.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton from the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we go to the Senators portion of the third inning. Mavericks lead 2-1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. And a new face in on the Five Valley Auto pitcher's mound as Zach Hangus has checked in for the Mavericks. There's Frazier's throw to second, which indicates we're ready for play. And it is top of the order for
now batting for the Helena Senators, the shortstop.
The Senators leadoff man, Matt Krieger, the shortstop. His second at bat on the game. Hangus will face him for the first time. And it's high for ball 1. For Hangus this year, his first year with the Double-A, had some time with the A squad last year and did well as we go even at 1. But Hangus, 2 games. He started 1. That would be in Great Falls. He's pitched a total of 4 innings, has had 5 hits, 3 runs, 1 of them earned. As we go to ball 2. Hangus with 2 strikeouts and a walk. Here's the pitch now by Hangus. And this one's high into the gap. Bay is back in the glove, and that is the first out of the inning. Brings up the second baseman, Ethan Kientz. So Kientz to settle in. And I got to back out of my score here as it's behind on the inning.
Yankee Stadium opened in 1923. 1920 moved a full-time outfielder for the first time. Swing. And Aces Wild on the board again.
So 1-0 on the count.
Here's the pitch. Low for a ball.
And 2-0 now for Hangus. We do have some action in the Maverick bullpen And it looks as though we do have action in the Senators bullpen as well. Here's Hangus on the pitch and swung on for strike one. So 2-2 on the count is what our umpire Romero gives us. And trying to make out the number of the Senator that's in the bullpen. So we go 3-2 on the count. And we've got a jacket on the Maverick that's in. This one's going to go straight up in the air, right up over our heads and land on our head. Keeps Kites alive. Nielsen in the on-deck circle for the Senators. One out, nobody on. Top of the third, Mavericks lead 2-1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard, and we'll get a walk to put the first runner on base for the Senators here in the top of the third. We come to Chase Nielsen now, the first baseman. Nielsen, I don't have height and weight as Hangus's pitch is outside for ball one. But he's got the body type you'd love to have over at first base, as he's got to be all of 6'4", maybe 6'3". Long arms and long legs to make that stretch at first. And Hangus will put it over the plate to make it an even count at 1. So we do have both bullpens warmed up, and this one's going to be fouled off to get a strike 2. Trying to get a number down there for him. I have to dig out my binoculars here, as I didn't do it pregame. That way I can see the bullpen. Here's the pitch, and we're even on the count at 2 on the high pitch. Kite stands at first for the Senators with 1 out. Angus will check the runner and the pitch. Outside, and we're at a full count.
Ball 3 now, and strike 2. So 3-2 with the runner at first, and 1 out. He will go.
Runner's going to go, and it's a ball, so a walk, so runner gets second regardless. And with 1 out, there's 2 runners on for the Senators. And it looks like a number 15 down there for the Senators. That would be Peyton Witham warming up in the bullpen, if my old eyes are correct. So Ty McGurn at the plate with a 1-0 on the count. And this one's dinged out into right field. It's in the glove. The runner will hold at first and second, and that'll be out number 2.
There are 2 outs.
Brings us to Ryan Barrett, the designated hitter for the Senators.
Number 3, Ryan Barrett.
So Barrett will step up. We had some heavy winds at the start of the game, but it has died down and turned out to be a gorgeous night here. The lights have been turned on at Kendrick Field. And Hangus's pitch outside on the right-handed batter for ball 1. Here's Hangus now. And this one's off the knee. Frazier will run it down, and the runners will advance to second and third now. So Hangus now with a 2-0 to Ryan Barrett. Seth Barrett in the on-deck circle. And I'll have to check, but both Ryan and Seth have a 2019 graduation year, so I'll have to see if they are twins. And we get ball 3.
Chris Romero, the plate umpire, he's got to be putting the count up just about every other pitch, not because the scoreboard's not cooperating at all.
Angus with the stretch now.
Here's the pitch.
And we'll have a walk. So back-to-back walk, or no, not back-to-back walks, but Angus will have his second walk of the inning to load the bases with 2 outs. And it takes us to the right fielder, Seth Barrett. And that will institute a visit from Coach Hathaway out to see Angus. Now, we do have somebody in the bullpen for the Mavericks. He's still stretching out there. As I'm not able to see, he's got his hooded sweatshirt on, so I can't see a number, but I imagine we'll see some throwing here very soon for whoever is out there. And Hathaway now on his way back to the dugout. And a rarity, Hathaway jogging off. Usually he's got his stroll that he comes off the field with, but runs off. Brings us to Seth Barrett. Angus will settle in with loaded bases and 2 outs, and this will be fouled off for strike 1.
Innings called on account of darkness, the 1-1 tie. It took over 4 hours, which in that era was a massively long game. You know how many pitchers they had?
Angus now with the pitch. This one's hit high into the gap. Hill is there, searching for it in the sky. It's in the glove, and that's the side. So the Senators load 3 on, but they leave them there. And we go to the top of the 4th. Mavericks holding on 2-1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Stitches of Missoula is your resource for embroidery and screen printing. Give Stitches a call today at 406-529-2632 to speak with their super friendly staff and have them take care of your embroidery needs. From business logos to team jerseys, Stitches Embroidery can help you and your team look good. Check them out online at stitchesmontana.com to see their full line of silkscreen and embroidery options. Stitches is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is Missoula's one-stop shop for all your hockey and lacrosse needs.
Check this out.
It may be warm outside, but you can still take care of your hockey fix in their 1/3 sized indoor rink.
Really? Wow, crazy.
Stop in to 1010 North Avenue West and see what they have in store for your hockey needs. Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratt from the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we go to the top of the 4th inning. The Missoula Mavericks leading the Helena Senators 2-1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. And it looks as though there are issues with the scoreboard here for the Senators. They're trying to work through it. And it's Jake Littner to lead things off for the Mavericks. Bottom of the order, 7-8-9 up. Cy Miller will have his first pitch swung on for strike 1. Here's the pitch. And that one will be outside for ball 1. Kirkpatrick stretching out for it. Even at 1 on the count. Here's the pitch. Swung on. Littner gets contact, so it will be fouled off for strike 2. Now it looks as though Peyton Witham is warming up for the Senators in the bullpen down the third base line as they have the third base dugout. Here's Miller with the pitch, and Littner is going to reach for it. It's going to be fouled off, and he'll stay alive at 1-2. The Maverick warming up in the first baseline bullpen still has his jacket on. And I think that might be Dylan Chalmers warming up, but I could be wrong. And we'll have an even count at 2 on Littner. Caden Jordan in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks with Dayton Bay in the hole as we go to a full count at 3-2. And Miller at 65 pitches so far as he's going to walk Littner to start the inning. Brings us to Caden Jordan, the designated hitter for the Mavericks.
Designated hitter, number 17, Caden Jordan.
Miller has now walked 2. So in a 2-1 Maverick lead, that part of the scoreboard's right, but just because nobody has scored since it froze. The stretch and the set. Here's the pitch.
And outside pitch to Jordan for ball 1.
Looking at the scoreboard like mad, they say that they've turned it completely off and it hasn't impacted it at all.
Here's the pitch, and this one's hit foul up over our heads.
Everybody's looking back here.
As we'll have a strike on the foul.
And strike 1.
Even count at 1.
1 run, 9 hits, and 2
Bottom of the order in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks in Dayton Bay with Littner at first and no outs. Here's the pitch. And this one's going to be off the bat and into the glove. And they'll have a double play. Littner, as it didn't bounce, it didn't land on the glove, it bounced in the dirt, so the shortstop made the tag at second and had time to make the throw down to first. And it's a double play, and there's 2 down now as we come to Dayton Bay. Here's the pitch, showing bunt. Ball 1.
If Chris Berman were here, it'd probably be Dayton sitting on the dock of the bay.
Here's Miller with the pitch. And Bay will have this one plunked down the first baseline for strike 1 on the foul shot. Into the concession stands over there down the first baseline. Got to keep your head on a swivel when you're at a sporting event. I saw the other day that a lady was hit at a baseball game. One of the professional games, and Bay will knock down the bunt, picked up by the third baseman, Lindiger, and they're going to say safe for Bay. Off the bunt at first. Swings us to the top of the order to Bridger Johnson for the Mavericks now with 2 outs and a runner at first. Top of the 4th on a 9-inning game. The lights are on here at Kendrick Field. As Johnson settles in for his 3rd time today. Miller and Bay's going to go. The throw to second, and Bay will get it standing up as it'll hop out of the glove of Kientz. And we'll have ball 1. So Bay picking up a stolen base. And that would be Bay's first stolen base of the season. Outside, and we get ball 2. So we might see a switch on the infield when it comes time for a pitching switch, as the 2 young men that were in the bullpen for the Mavericks, as we get ball 3. We're just playing catch. Nobody put anything on as far as catcher gear. So we might see somebody from the field come to the 5 Valley pitcher's mound when the pitching change is ready. And Johnson will be walked as we have Sam Busey come to the plate. So 2 down, 2 on for the Mavericks, top of 4. Cy Miller trying to pitch out of it. He's 76 pitches in here. They do have Peyton Witham warming up in their bullpen down the third base line. Miller now, foot on the rubber. And the pitch. This one's into right field. It should be easy play as it's in the glove, and that's aside. So the Mavericks load 2 up, but leave them there. And it's 2-1 Mavs on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. The Senators portion of the fourth coming up right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
The Missoula Prep Sports Network is Missoula's home for high school sports, and we need your help. MPSN is looking for local businesses to help us cover our local high school athletes by advertising their business on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. If you know of a business that would be interested in helping the Missoula Prep Sports Network in our coverage of high school sports in the Missoula area, drop us a line by using the Contact Us link at mpsn406.com. MPSN, Missoula's home for Missoula's prep sports heroes.
Mike's Print and Copy is your locally owned print shop. Whether it's custom letterhead or business cards, Mike and his friendly staff understand that your business is important to you and will make sure that your project is handled in a professional and timely manner. Drop into Mike's Print and Copy to have them take care of your printing needs. Stop by 1503 South Russell or give them a call today at 406-728-3363 to have Mike's Print and Copy take care of your printing needs. Mike's Print and Copy is a proud sponsor of high school sports in Missoula and the surrounding community.
Say punk.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we are in Helena, Montana at Kendrick Field for the Missoula Mavericks taking on the Helena Senators. And we do have somebody warming up in the bullpen for the Mavericks now. And it is Connor Daniels. Zach Angus with his first pitch of the inning, and it'll be swung on for strike one. As Hunter Lindgren is at the plate. Bottom of the order for the Senators as Lindgren's going to send this one into center field. Hill looking for it high in the sky, secured in the glove, and that's out number one. Brendan Hill with the catch. Brings us to Hunter Kirkpatrick, the number 8 spot batter, the catcher. And he's done a great job behind the plate. A lot of respect for the catcher position. A ton of responsibility as I work on my proper grammar. And Hangus will slide this one over the plate for strike one. But as the catcher, I mean, you see the field. You've got to signal the field. Pitch on the way. This one's reached for. It's going to bounce, and a good job by the second baseman. Reached for and safe as the throw was slightly off target.
Scored as an error.
As Stensrud had to step off, and they're going to score it as an error for the Mavericks.
Zach Spiroff.
As Zach Spiroff, the bottom of the order, comes to the plate for the Senators. So 1 on, 1 down. Bottom of the fourth, Mavericks lead 2-1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Spiroff steps in. And he's going to crank this one into the bullpen down the third base line for strike one.
His nickname was the Beast, Jimmy Fox. Played for Philadelphia, the Red Sox, the Cubs, and the Phillies.
Runner at first steps away.
The Red Sox hit
Hangus now
in 12 straight years.
with the pitch.
100 runs in 13
And getting some contact.
swinging a foul ball.
Will foul it off is Spiroff. Top of the order, standing in the on-deck circle, and Krieger for the Senators. 1 on, 1 out. Hangus now with the pitch. Swung on, and Hangus will strike out the batter for out number 2. That swings us to the top of the order, where Matt Krieger, the shortstop, will bat for the third time today. Kirkpatrick at first, steps away. Hangus with the stretch. Runner's going to go. This one's off the bat, and it's going to hop in front of Busey, and that will be a hit for the Senators.
Now batting for the Senators, the second baseman, number 11, Ethan
As we come to Ethan Kientz, the second baseman with 2 on and 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth. Mavericks lead 2-1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. And it looks as though Hathaway is going to stay true to his 2-inning rotation for his pitchers. As this one's reached for, and it's going to get away. That'll bring runner around from third. On his way home as the throw is made, and Frazier cannot make the tag, and that'll tie the game up at 2 apiece, and runners on the corners now for Helena with 2 outs. And Chase Nielsen comes to the plate. And Frazier will step in front of the plate to signal the field as the first baseman steps to the plate. Hangus has already had a visit from Hathaway. We do have a pitcher warming up for the Mavericks, scheduled probably in the 5th inning. And this one's cranked off into center field. Hill's got a back pedal, searches for it, back pedal in the glove, and that is the side. So 1 earned, 2 left behind, and it's tied at 2. Top of the 5th coming up right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn & Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 60 years. Give Tip Coburn & Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Tip Coburn & Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN.
Advertising on the web can be intimidating. Where do you start? What is the most effective way to reach the audience you are targeting? Milk Crate Media can help you reach your audience, whether it is social media marketing or creating a unique commercial for streaming or for radio advertising. Milk Crate Media can help you build a new website or rebuild your existing website that will bring users back again and again. Visit www.mcratemedia.com today. Milk Crate Media is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports in Missoula and the surrounding valley.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton from the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Top of the 5th inning, and we do have a change on the mound. It is Peyton Witham now pitching for the Senators. So Cy Miller would get 4 innings, and he would allow 2 runs. And it looks as though the scoreboard is ready to go. They're going to try to reset everything back up here. And I've been following along on Game Changer, but for some reason my Game Changer has frozen up. So I apologize. I'm not able to keep up with the everything going on. We'll try a different way to jump into it. Still says top of the 2nd, so not quite sure why we're hanging up there, but we'll keep you going. So we've got Peyton Witham on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound for the Helena Senators. Cy Miller done after 4 innings, allowing 2 runs. Kirkpatrick with a throw to second, and leading off the inning for the Mavericks is the catcher, number 7, Dane Frazier.
The catcher, number 7, Dane Frazier.
So it is the 3, 4, 5 batters scheduled, Frazier, Richardson, and Stensrud. And here's Witham with his first pitch of the game. And it'll be low for ball 1. Lights are on here at Kendrick Field, settling in. I love the night games for Legion baseball. Here's the pitch, and we'll be high for 2-0 on the count. So it looks like 6 hits as they update the scoreboard for Cy Miller. 2 runs, and we quickly go to 3-0 on the count to Frazier. Frazier will settle in. Here's the pitch by Witham, and that one's going to put Frazier on with a walk, and That'll bring up the heavy bat of Trad Richardson, who has just been ripping things up this year for the Mavericks and just picking up where he left off last year, really, folks. I mean, between Richardson and Busey, Richardson at a 467 as an average. He's got a 526 on-base percentage.
Right-handed batter. So with him.
So Richardson will settle in. Pitch on the way, and it's high for a ball. So 5 pitches for Witham, and 5 of them have been balls. Chris Romero is our plate umpire, with Craig Struble in the field. Frazier at first with no outs. Here's the pitch, and Frazier will swing on it for strike 1. And from our perspective here in the booth, high above, it looks like there is a good crowd at Kendrick Field. Braving the weather, these first month of games is always chilly, as Richardson will let it go for ball 2.
They have the scoreboard back and working again. Don't know if somebody poured water in it.
2 errors for the Mavericks on the game, with 0 for the Senators. Here's the pitch. And Richardson will take this one high off the grips. It's over second base. The shortstop comes in, says it's his, and he'll hold on to it. And Richardson will be out number 1 with Frazier holding at first. Brings us to the first baseman, Drew Stensrud.
Here is Stensrud. Fox was with the Philadelphia A's, and
Stensrud will settle in. And there, our I-score has refreshed for us. So Miller, 4 innings pitched, 6 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned, 2 strikeouts, and 3 walks.
And they sold him. The A's had to sell him.
Now looking at Stensrud, he's been struck out today. And they'll throw back over. Frazier having to dive in. He's got pride stripes on the front of that jersey now.
He was on Time Magazine once.
1 out, 1 on, top of 5. 9 innings tonight, since we have a single game.
Lefty Grove said he had muscles in his head.
And a high pitch will be over the plate for strike 1. To Stensrud.
After 1936,
Brendan Hill in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks.
for $150,000.
Witham with the pitch, and he'll get it over the plate for strike 2. So Witham would come in and throw 5 balls, and then since then he has cranked it down and putting the ball where he wants it. Here's the pitch. Swung on. This one's high into right field, and it is in the glove for out number 2. So Witham trying to control where that ball's coming off the bat, has put out the last 2 after walking Frazier, and it is Jake Littner.
One of the homers that he gave up to lefty to Jimmy Fox and said, I don't know how far.
And Brendan Hill will step in.
5 minutes to get there, to bring it back. Here's Brendan Hill, hit by a pitch and a
Hill
fly ball to center.
settles in, and Frazier will go to second, and the ball will roll into center field. Frazier thought about third, but he'll come on the slam on the brakes and hold at second. And I believe the pitch thrown was a ball. They're going to mark it as a strike on the bunt by Hill. Here's Witham now. And he'll get it over the plate for strike 2. So Witham has come in and just settled things down. For Hill coming in today, in 4 games, I don't have the Bozeman games in here, so all of my stats do not include the Bozeman games, as this one's fouled off to keep Hill alive at 0-2. Actually, I do have the Bozeman games in here. But for Hill, he's had 14 plate appearances, 10 at-bats, 3 hits, 3 runs, 4 RBIs, 2 singles, and a triple. walked once, struck out twice, and coming into this game, hit by a pitch twice. He was hit his first at-bat today. And Hill will reach. This one will foul off, and he'll stay alive at 0-2.
So no balls and 2 strikes with 2 down.
Frazier at second.
The runner at second.
Jake Littner in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks with 2 outs, and Frazier at second. Hill's going to smack this one. It's going to be to the shortstop. The throw to first is rocketed over. It's there, and that's the side. So the Mavericks get Frazier on, but they leave him there, and we stay tied at 2. Bottom of the 5th coming up right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Locally owned Paradise Falls is a place for friends and family to enjoy good food and good times, with a diverse menu and a fun atmosphere that includes nearly 30 TVs showing every sport imaginable. Paradise Falls is sure to have something for everyone.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Welcome back to MPSN. Bottom of the 5th inning, the Mavericks tied with the Senators 2-2 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. And we have a new face on the mound as the lefty. Connor Daniels has climbed up on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound. So for Hengis, 25 pitches in 2 innings, 1 run off of 3 hits. And now we get the fresh face of Connor Daniels, his 2nd year with the Mavericks at the Double-A level. So we'll get a look at him today. Coach Hathaway so far staying with his 2-inning rotation on pitchers. And that looks as though that is the only change that's been made on the field.
Now batting.
And leading off on the inning will be the center fielder, Ty McGurran.
Number 10, Ty McGurran.
So McGurran will start things off. It will be the 4, 5, 6 batters, McGurran, Barrett, and Barrett for the Senators. And it'll be lefty versus lefty here to start the inning. So Connor Daniels with his first pitch of the game, and it's outside for ball 1. Frazier having to chase it down. Dane Frazier behind the plate is a new thing for me, as he has been the lockdown first baseman the last few years, but kind of had a feeling that we might see him this year, as rumors as Daniels will slide it over the plate for strike 1. Was that he wanted to try some time at the catcher position, and, well, looky here, folks. Early in the season, Frazier behind the plate. Here's Daniels, and this one's going to be bounced out. Second baseman will pick it up on the fringe to throw to first, and the first batter of the inning is down. So we come to Ryan Barrett, the DH. And are the Barretts twins? Twins, okay. Identical twins. That makes it fun. So Ryan will settle in. He's the DH. And he's going to have this one plunked into right field. It's going to be foul. Racing over, trying to get there, but it will not be playable. Great job by Bridger Johnson to jump on his bike and ride over there, but it came down right on the fencing at the bullpen. So he had to let up. I think if that fencing wouldn't have been there, Johnson would have had it. So strike 1. Daniels will settle in, and the lefty will huck it at the plate. This one tight and inside, and we're even at 1.
Strike one. Ryan J. Scott here at Kendrick Legion Field.
1-1 on the count with 1 out, nobody on. Here's Daniels with the pitch, and we get ball 2.
Ball 2 and strike one.
So with Ryan Barrett at the plate, we have Seth Barrett in the on-deck circle for the Senators. Outside pitch gets us ball 3, so 3-1 on the count. For Connor Daniels this year, he has seen some time early on. And I don't have his stats in the book here. This one's off the grips, picked up by the shortstop. The throw is rocketed over and just ahead of the runner as Struble will punch him out for out number 2. This takes us to the 6th spot batter, the right fielder, Seth Barrett.
Here is Seth Barrett.
Barrett to settle in.
The right fielder. Left-handed batter, 2-2, bottom of the 5th.
Here's the pitch by Daniels. And it's high and inside on the lefty for ball 1. With 2 outs and nobody on. Bottom of the 5th inning, tie game at 2 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard, and we'll get strike 1 now. 9-inning game scheduled for tonight. All 3 Wednesday night games with the Senators the next 3 weeks are 9-inning games, as this one swung on for strike 2. Next Wednesday will be in Missoula against the Senators. 7 o'clock first pitch. Frazier will block it in front of him to even the count at 2. Mavericks will have the Royals Saturday and Sunday. First pitch from Lindbergh Craig Field on Saturday is 1. And we'll get a full count as Frazier lets this one get away at 3-2. For Seth, he has 1 strikeout in his 2 appearances, and that'll be number 2. So 1, 2, 3, go the Senators. Top of the 6th right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn and Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 60 years. Give Tip Coburn and Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Tip Coburn and Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we go to the top of the 6th inning, tied at 2 apiece between the Missoula Mavericks and the Helena Senators. American Legion baseball teams, 9 innings scheduled on the night. And for his 2nd inning, it's Peyton Witham for the Helena Senators. And for the Mavericks, looks like we have a substitution as Thomas Martin is at the plate.
We will have a change.
So Martin will bat in the place of Jake Lettner.
Now batting, number 8, Thomas Martin.
And I would assume, and you know what happens when you assume, he's going to head over to second base because that's where he has been playing when he's in the field. Thomas Martin is a pitcher. We haven't seen him pitch yet this year. As Witham is ready to go against Martin.
Is not a baseball song, but the movies took care of that.
And Witham will put it on the inside for strike 1. So for Thomas Martin, his older brother over at Miles Community College, and Martin will be going, or Thomas will be going over there with James this year as he swings on it for strike 2. And it looks like Witham has had some time in the limited games that Helena has had as we get ball 1.
Ball 1 and strike 2. So 1 and 2.
For Martin,
And the pitch.
as he lets it go by to even us out at 2. It is Caden Jordan in the on-deck circle.
2, strike 2, nobody on, nobody out. The number 7 batter.
Martin with a 364 average as we get a full count at 3-2. 3 games he's played.
So ball 3 and strike 2.
4 hits on 11 at bats. 2 runs earned. 1 RBI, and Martin's going to take this one out to the shortstop. The bounce, the throw, and it is ahead of Martin for out number 1. So we come to Caden Jordan now for the Mavericks with 1 out and nobody on. And for Jordan, he's got a hit and an RBI as he'll slice on this one for strike 1. So 2 at-bats for Jordan. He's got 1 hit. As he cranks this one off the hand grips, foul down the third base line, and we'll have strike 2. And Romero, our field umpire. And lo and behold, looks like Thomas Martin is making his way to the bullpen. Speak and it shall happen. We might see Martin pitch today. This one's off the end of the bat. It's going to land short of the right fielder, and Jordan will find himself on base for the second time today with 1 out. And we will have Stuart Long come in and bat now for the Mavericks in the place of Dayton Bay.
Yep, we will have a hitter for Bay. This is
And Long probably will slide over into that shortstop position that Bay has been occupying. So 1 out, 1 on. Here's the pitch, and that one is inside. They're going to say it did hit Long, and he'll get the base to put runners at first and second with 1 out. And now we come to Parker Stevens. And I would imagine that Parker Stevens will go back over to right field where Bridger Johnson was at, as Parker Stevens holds down that right field very well. So 2 on, 1 out. Here's Witham. And he'll be inside on Stevens for strike 1. Busey in the on-deck circle. Here's the pitch. Swung on. This one's going to take a ride into left field, and it's in the glove. That'll be out number 2. Everybody will hold. And it brings us to Sam Busey, the left fielder. So with 2 outs, runners at first and second. Here's the pitch by Witham. And Busey will let it go by for strike 1. And Thomas Martin warming up an arm. And it looks like he might go to that second base, as this one's over the plate for strike. 2.
So no balls and
So Hathaway might have had him go over there and warm up his arm as he's going to come in and play second.
so 0-2.
And Connor Daniels will get his second inning
2-2 tie.
on the Five Valley pitcher's mound. Here's the pitch, and this one's fouled back at us.
Foul back here off to our right.
And the Buse will stay alive at 0-2.
Note on Jimmy Fox, he made his major league debut
For Sam
in
Busey,
1925. He was 17 years
he's
old.
got a .412 average with a .545 on-base percentage.
Batting at lifetime average of .325, but he was 17.
Here's the pitch.
The pitch.
Busey will reach. It's foul down the first base line, and it'll be held onto, and that's the side. So Helena holds off. The 2 runners of the Mavs load on, and we go to the bottom of the 6th, tied at 2. You're listening to Missoula Maverick Baseball on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash are at it again. They've taken what was already the best wash in town, the best value in town, and made it even better. Now whenever you gas up your rig at Fast Trip Conoco, you can clean it up for half price. Yeah, you heard that right. When you fuel up your car at Fast Trip Conoco, you can get any wash at Magic Touch Car Wash for half price.
Warning, this is not a drill.
It's the Gas It Up, Clean It Up special at Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash, on reserve across from Large Pond.
Half-price wash only valid when purchased at the pump or in Fast Trip Conoco.
Stitches of Missoula is your resource for embroidery and screen printing. Give Stitches a call today at 406-529-2632 to speak with their super friendly staff and have them take care of your embroidery needs. From business logos to team jerseys, Stitches Embroidery can help you and your team look good. Check them out online at stitchesmontana.com to see their full line of silkscreen and embroidery options. Stitches is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton from the Missoula Prep Sports Network. As we've got some changes on the field for the Missoula Mavericks. We did know about Thomas Martin and Parker Stevens as well as Stuart Long coming on, but Bo King now stands in center field, and Caden Heydrich is at third base. So some changes defensively for the Mavericks.
The third baseman, number 14.
As Connor Daniels stands on the Five Valley Auto pitcher's mound, and coming to the plate to lead off the inning is Hunter Lindgren. So it is the bottom of the order, 7, 8, 9. And Daniels' first pitch of the inning will be a ball.
Ball 1.
And Hathaway might let Daniels finish this one out as there's no movement to the bullpen as Hathaway has had custom so far this evening. Here's the 1-1. Swung on for strike 2. We'll have Class B softball tomorrow night, folks, with the Loyola Breakers hosting Thompson Falls. Audio stream as we get ball 2 now. To Lindgren. Kirkpatrick in the on-deck circle for the Senators. Put Spearoff in the hole. And we'll have a full count at 3-2.
Came up with the Cleveland Indians in the 1950s.
For Kirkpatrick. He's 1 for 2 as this one's going to be down the third baseline foul, and he'll stay alive.
But we really don't know precisely how old
Kirkpatrick has a run to go with his hit.
A lot of interesting sayings from old Satch.
So far on the game, the Senators have 21 at-bats, 5 hits on their 2 runs as Daniels will strike out the batter for out number 1. And that was Lindgren, so I apologize. I just gave you Kirkpatrick's information. Lindgren is 0 for 3 now on the night. So now that we've given you Kirkpatrick's information, you're ready to go as he steps in the plate. Here's Connor Daniels. And it's outside off the glove of Frazier for ball 1.
Don't look back. Somebody may be gaining on you. That's Satchel Paige.
Zach Spearoff in the on-deck circle.
One of his many. The pitch
Outside, and we get 2-0 now to Connor Daniels. Wednesday night with the lights on here at Kendrick Field, and a good group of fans that have made their way as we get ball 3 now by Connor Daniels. Matt Krieger in the on-deck circle. Here's Daniels. And he'll walk the batter. That'll take us to Spearoff.
The left fielder, number 6, Zach Spearoff.
Spearoff steps in with the 1 on and 1 out. Here's the pitch by Daniels. And this one's fouled off the middle of the bat down the third base line for strike 1. So the Mavericks with 2 runs in the second. Off of 7 hits, they've had 2 errors. The Senators, they had a run in the first and a run in the fourth to make it a 2-2 game. They have 5 hits and no errors. Daniels is going to throw to first, forcing Kirkpatrick to jump in, and now he's got pride stripes up the front of his jersey. Here's Daniels now. Swung on. This one's going to roll out. It's got eyes as it makes its way into left field. And that'll be a hit. Runners at first and second with 1 out for the Senators.
The shortstop, number 2.
And that swings us to the top of the order to Matt Krieger, the shortstop for Helena. And Frazier's going to go ahead and head out and speak to Daniels. And it's a brief one. And Frazier behind the plate, that's, with him being an experienced pitcher, that's probably great for the Mavericks with him catching. His younger sister, Cody, making a name for herself as a freshman at Sentinel. First on the basketball court for the Spartans this year as a freshman, as the bunt is shown, and it's over the plate for strike 1. And then she's really done an awesome job over there as a softball player. I have to check in with Dax and see if she played volleyball, as Frazier will keep this in front of him as we get ball 1.
He was 18-8 in the East Texas League. That was Class C.
Runners at first and second with 1 out. Even count of 1 for
Here's the 1-1. Inside for a ball. Ball 2 and strike 1. Oh, 2-1.
the Senators. And we apologize to the people listening in on as we had a disconnection with our stream. I apologize for that, but we're back up and running momentarily. And we go 2-1 on the count. And we'll get ball 3. So 3-1 with 1 out and 2 on, and here's Daniels. He'll deal the pitch, and they're going to throw to second. And it looked like he had him, but Struble in the field says safe. Daniels now with the pitch, and this one's going to be bounced out to the second baseman, and we won't have a play. Good job by Martin to keep it on the infield, but not able to make the throw to first, and that will load the bases up with 1 out. And we come to the second baseman, Ethan Kientz. So for Kientz, 2 for 2 with an RBI, and he was walked. Here's the pitch. High for ball. No movement in either bullpen for quite a while now, so it looks as though managers have settled in with the pitchers they like. Hathaway has kept a 2-inning rotation pretty tight. This one swung on. It's high into center field. Bo King is back there. It's in the glove. The runner will tag as King makes the throw. It will not be in time, and the Senators take the lead off the sac fly, 3-2. And we go to the first baseman, Chase Nielsen.
The first baseman, number 12, Chase
That puts runners at first and second with 2 outs now.
And the Senators take the lead of 3-2.
Senators lead on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard, 3-2.
So here is Chase Nielsen.
Here's Nielsen. Daniels will deal.
Here's the pitch.
Inside on the righty for ball 1.
Mickey Mantle's first homer on this date, 1951.
Runners at first and second step away. 2 outs on the board. Here's the pitch by Daniels.
Here's the pitch.
And Frazier will have to block. That'll allow the runners to advance to second and third. And it'll be 2-0 on the count, and Frazier not happy with that pitch there. Here's Daniels now, the lefty. Swung on, it will get some contact. Regardless, it's strike 1 on the foul tip. So 2-1 on the count. Want to say hello to the Helena Senators fans that are watching on the live stream. And, of course, our loyal Maverick fans. Thank you very much for tuning in. As a swing and a miss for strike 2.
And the old line, the saddest words of...
And Nielsen will settle back in. Ty McGurran is in the on-deck circle for the Senators. We go outside, and it's a full count.
Well, that certainly applies to Mickey Mantle. It might have been, and it was quite a career, but 3-2 to Nielsen now. It might have been.
Here's the pitch, and that's going to be a walk to load the bases. So with 2 outs, the center fielder, Ty McGurran, will come to the plate.
For the center fielder, number 10.
Senators already with 1 run, and Frazier will head back out and check in with Daniels. Frazier shakes his head as he comes back behind the plate. So the lefty will step in. McGurran 0 for 3 today. This would be a good time for him to come up with his first hit. If you're a Senators fan. And he will, but Daniels bobbles, but he'll make the throw and cannot get back to the base. Runner will score from third, and the Senators earn a run off the air. 4-2 Helena on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. And we go to Ryan Barrett, the designated hitter.
Here is Ryan Barrett. Grounded as short as last time, a walk before that. So home score 2.
Daniels now. Runners, loaded bases, and a low pitch will be ball 1. Hathaway has not made a visit yet. We have seen Frazier walk out. Here's the 1-0. Outside for ball 2. Hathaway making a note on his clipboard. Seth Barrett in the on-deck circle for Helena. And another outside pitch will get us ball 3. Loaded bases with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th, and Helena has earned 2 so far to take a 4-2 lead over the Mavericks. As the sun has hidden itself behind the mountain, and a walk will bring a runner home for the Senators and keeps the bases loaded. And that'll bring us to Seth Barrett, the right fielder.
Seth Barrett, the ninth man to bat.
Barrett settles in.
5-2. Senators.
And the pitch. Outside on the lefty for ball one. The young man that started the inning, Hunter Lindgren, stands in the on-deck circle for the Senators. And we get ball two. So 6 balls thrown in a row by Connor Daniels.
Playing pro baseball in 6 decades.
Here's the pitch. And that one will catch the plate for strike one. For Seth Barrett, he is struck out twice today on his 3 at-bats, and this one will go 3-1 on the count now by Daniels. Runners loading the bases for the Senators with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. 5-2 is your score on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Here's Daniels. This one's fouled off, and we'll have a full count.
3-2 with 2 down.
For the Mavericks,
Start the merry-go-round. Somewhere Bob Prince is smiling.
I believe we have the bottom of the order.
You might have heard in the
No.
background the breaking
Dane
glass
Frazier.
on that foul ball.
Pitch on the way. And we're fouled off to stretch out Connor Daniels' pitch count.
There it is. Put up the window, Aunt Minnie. Here it comes. Bob Prince is lying
Loaded
in Pittsburgh
bases.
for years and years if somebody was hitting a home
Here's
run.
the pitch.
Payoff pitch.
Runners are going to go, and that's going to be a walk. So back-to-back walks for Connor Daniels makes it 6-2 for the Senators on loaded bases, and we come to the man that started the whole inning, Hunter Lindgren, the third baseman.
He has a chance to be the first and third outs of the inning, but that's generally a good thing because that means everybody else did something.
Here's the pitch.
The pitch.
And the high pitch will be ball one.
No bullpen action for the Mavericks, so looks like Connor Daniels will be sticking around for a while.
Here's the pitch.
Here's the pitch.
And it'll be inside as we go.
And it is 2-0. 2 balls and no
2-0 now. Daniels.
Stretch the set, the pitch.
And we get one over the plate for strike one. So 2-1 on the count. Senators have earned 4 runs here in the bottom of the 6th to take a 6-2 lead. And this one is cranked over the glove of Long. It's into center field, and the runner from second is around. And that will bring 2 runs in for the Senators as it's now 8-2. And that puts runners on the corners, and here comes Hathaway on his way out to visit Connor Daniels with Thomas Martin hanging out on the Five Valley Auto pitcher's mound. And, well, we might see a change as Drew Stensrud. Connor Daniels is going to hand it over, and Drew Stensrud will be our new pitcher for the Mavericks. We'll step aside as Stensrud will have his warm-up pitches. You're listening to Mavericks Baseball on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn & Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 60 years. Give Tip Coburn & Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Tip Coburn & Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN. The Missoula Prep Sports Network is Missoula's home for high school sports, and we need your help. MPSN is looking for local businesses to help us cover our local high school athletes by advertising their business on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. If you know of a business that would be interested in helping the Missoula Prep Sports Network in our coverage of high school sports in the Missoula area, drop us a line by using the Contact Us link at MPSN406.com. MPSN, Missoula's home for Missoula's Prep Sports heroes.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, a tint of childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Warning!
Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash are at it again. They've taken what was already the best wash in town, the best value in town, and made it even better. Now whenever you gas up your rig at Fast Trip Conoco, you can clean it up for half price. Yeah, you heard that right. When you fuel up your car at Fast Trip Conoco, you can get any wash at Magic Touch Car Wash for half price.
Warning! This is not a drill.
It's the Gas It Up, Clean It Up special at Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash, on reserve across from Large Pond.
Half-price wash only valid when purchased at the pump or in Fast Trip Conoco.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton at Kendrick Field. Bottom of the 6th inning with pitching change with Drew Stensrud on the mound, and his first pitch will be a ball. At the plate is the catcher, Hunter Kirkpatrick. So for Connor Daniels, he would have an inning and 2/3, 3 hits, 6 runs, 1 run earned, 2 strikeouts, and 4 walks as we get an even count at 1. Daniels will stand at first base with Drew Stensrud sliding over to the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound. Here's the pitch, and it's over the plate for strike 2.
But after that, things did not go well. He goes an inning and 2/3.
I don't have anything on Stensrud's pitching,
Stretch and the set, the pitch.
as this one's going to be low to even us out at 2 on the count. 2 outs with runners at first and third for Helena. They have earned 6 runs here in the bottom of the inning. And that'll be the side. So Stensrud comes in and knocks down the batter to end the side, but not before 6 runs were earned and 2 were left on. We'll have the top of the 7th right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Stitches of Missoula is your resource for embroidery and screen printing. Give Stitches a call today at 406-529-2632 to speak with their super friendly staff and have them take care of your embroidery needs. From business logos to team jerseys, Stitches Embroidery can help you and your team look good. Check them out online at stitchesmontana.com to see their full line of silkscreen and embroidery options. Stitches is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is Missoula's one-stop shop for all your hockey and lacrosse needs.
Check this out.
It may be warm outside, but you can still take care of your hockey fix in their 1/3 sized indoor rink.
Really? Wow, crazy.
Stop in to 1010 North Avenue West and see what they have in store for your hockey needs. Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton at Kendrick Field in Helena, Montana, capital city. As the Missoula Mavericks take on the Helena Senator. The Senators own the 5 Valley Auto scoreboard 8-2. Peyton Witham on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound. And we do have one defensive change for the Senators as Rudy Barkley has come in to hang out in right field in the place of Seth Barrett. For the Mavericks to lead things off, it will be Dane Frazier. Frazier to settle in, and Witham is ready on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound. We do have action in the Maverick bullpen, and I will update as that changes. Here's the pitch. And patience at the plate for Frazier for ball 1. So the 3, 4, 5 batters scheduled on the inning. Looks like Caden Heydrich is in the on-deck circle, batting in the 4 spot. As we get ball 2. Pitch on the way.
The beneficiary of the big inning outside.
And we get ball 3.
Ball 3 and no strikes.
Kirkpatrick
Early win
stretches out there.
1959. Back in the era when pitchers could hit. One of them.
Here's the pitch now. And Frazier will be walked to lead off the inning. And the Mavericks will have a runner on board as Hydro comes to the plate for the first time today.
He struck out 14 for the Red Sox. He was with the White Sox at this point. He was 39.
So he'll bat in the place of Richardson since he is at third.
Hit the homer in that game. You can see this one coming. Early win.
And Hydro will blast it high into center field just over second. And McGurran will have it in the glove for out number 1.
One down. Yeah, early win. It was a 1-0 game. He hit a homer in the third.
So we come to Drew Stensrud with 1 out and Frazier at first.
Hit a homer in the 8th inning. So he would have hit it in the bottom of the 8th.
Bo King in the on-deck circle as the first pitch is high for ball 1.
This was the era when you could throw inside and not spark a riot or a fine or a conniption.
Here's the pitch.
The stretch, the set, the pitch.
And a high pitch for ball 2. We have not seen any action in the Senators' bullpen since Witham warmed up.
I once asked him, would you throw at your grandmother if she were batting?
Witham in the 2 innings leading up. 1 hit, 2 walks, and we'll have strike 1 to Stensrud. For Drew Stensrud today, struck out once in his 3 at-bats. And he'll foul this one off to even us out at 2. For Stensrud this year, he's got a .333 average with a .600 on-base percentage. Looks like Trad Richardson's warming up whoever is in the bullpen. The runner's going to go. Frazier with the rocket to second, or actually Frazier will get second as Kirkpatrick had his throw get away, and now the Mavericks will have a runner at second with 1 out and a 3-2 count to Stensrud.
Went 5 innings, left the game with the lead, and
here's the payoff by Witham. And fouled to keep the batter alive at 3-2.
starting pitcher, and he retired right after that.
And that does look like Dylan Chalmers down there now. Here's the 3-2. Fouled off the grips, and we stay alive. First pitch was at 6:59. We're now at 8:59, so 2 hours in here in the top of the 7th. Here's a pitch. And this one will bounce out. It's going to be blocked by the first baseman, picked up, and the race will be won by Nielsen, and that will be out number 2. Great hustle by the first baseman to knock that down, find it in the dirt, and win the race to the bag. That'll bring up Bo King, the center fielder.
Now batting the center fielder, number 6, Bo King.
So Bo King now with Frazier at third. And the first pitch to King will be inside for strike 1. Bo's first at bat today.
Hitting in Hill's spot. Hill had been 0 for 2 with a hit batter.
And Witham will step off the rubber
Step off
and settles back in.
Now he's squared away.
Here's the pitch. And King will slice it. It's got the gap. And Bo King will score. Dane Frazier for the Mavericks to earn a run off the single.
So the single for King
brings up Thomas Martin. Thomas Martin this year.
And here is Martin batting in Lintner's spot.
364 as an average. And it's a high pitch for ball one. We'll have high school softball tomorrow night on the Missoula Prep Sports Network with Thompson Falls taking on the Breakers. And then Friday night will be a game between Troy and Loyola on the softball field. And the pitch will be over the plate to even us out at 1 for Martin. Martin 0 for 1 today. And then Saturday and Sunday, Mavericks host the Royals for a pair of doubleheaders as we get ball 2. Looks like Dylan Chalmers warming up in the Maverick bullpen. Still has his coat on, but from what I could see on the number on the shoulder, it was Chalmers.
Played in 4 games, 2 hits in 9 at-bats, and then retired after
Here's the pitch.
1965. Swing and a foul.
That one's going to be popped foul up over our heads, and we're even at 2 on the count. And
we could spend a whole rain delay talking about Yogi Berra. We could spend a whole rain delay talking about Jeff Wald's sound effects.
here's
We may get that
Martin now.
Not tonight, though.
And he'll crank this one back. Is it going to be in play? Kirkpatrick tried to get to it, but not in time, and Martin will stay alive at 2-2. Thomas following the footsteps of his older brother James, going to Miles Community College this fall. His brother James has been a standout over there at second base, and of course did great for the Mavericks while he was here, and Witham wants a new ball.
New ball for Witham now. They don't have that. Well, I won't say
We've got a catcher down in the bullpen for Helena,
big leagues where every ball that comes into play is brand new.
as we're outside to give us an or a full count at 3-2.
Watch a big league game, ball in the dirt, catcher just throws it out of play, and the umpire gives him a new one. It wasn't always that way.
The 3-2 now.
Now like 150 or move.
And they'll throw back over to first where King dives in. 1 on, 2 outs. Mavericks have earned a run to make it 8-3 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. And we will have action in the Senators' bullpen as they were clearing off. As this one's going to be popped foul out of play. And that will keep Martin alive at 3-2. So we'll take a gander down that third base line and see if we can see a number.
Runner at first, 2 down. This is the top of the 7th. We're going 9 innings. These were scheduled
And
to go 9
not quite yet. The way the fence is set, I can't see it. But we'll get it here. Pitch on the way, and Martin will swing on it. They're going to have a pass ball, throw to first, and that's aside. So the Mavericks earn 1, leave 1, and it's 8-3 Helena. We'll be back with the bottom of the 7th. It's the 7th inning stretch, folks. Stand up, grab some water. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Locally owned Paradise Falls is a place for friends and family to enjoy good food and good times, with a diverse menu and a fun atmosphere that includes nearly 30 TVs showing every sport imaginable. Paradise Falls is sure to have something for everyone.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Welcome back to MPSN as we come to the bottom of the 7th inning where the Helena Senators lead the Missoula Mavericks 8-3 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Drew Stensrud will continue his time at the plate. They brought Drew Clausen in to catch for Frazier, as Frazier now stands at third, or at first. Frazier at third. What are you thinking? So Drew Clausen is the new catcher for the Missoula Mavericks. And that is the only defensive change on the field for Missoula. For the Senators, it'll be the bottom of the order, 9-1-2, as Zach Spiroff comes to the plate.
Now batting for the Helena Senators, the left fielder, number 6, Zach Spiroff.
Starting to chill out here in Helena as the sun is retired behind the mountains. Here's Stensrud with his first pitch of the inning, and it'll be ball one. So Dane Frazier back at his post at first. And on high pitch will be ball two. And there are two Senators up in the bullpen warming up. Here's Stensrud with the 2-0. And it is dinged out into left field. Busey will find it in the lights, and that is out number one.
The shortstop, number 2.
And one of those young men warming up as Krieger comes to the plate. Well, one of the young men has come back. And this one's going to be hit out past Martin, and a Krieger will find himself on. And a hit for the Senators with one out. So it brings us to Ethan Kintz. And now we've got Senator coming back out of the bullpen. Stensrud outside for ball one to Kintz. For Kintz today, 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs and a walk. Runner's going to go. This one's going to be high into center field. Parker Stevens is going to put it in the glove, and that'll be out number 2.
Johnson come back to make the catch, 2 down. We talk about inside pitches. Doc Ellis was mad about what we are called was an
first baseman, number 12.
So now we come to the first baseman, Chase Nielsen.
He hits 3 guys in a row.
1 on with 2 outs. And Stensrud will slide it over the plate for strike 1.
He hit Dan Dreesen. He throws 2 pitches behind Tony Perez's head.
And it is Dylan Chalmers down in the Maverick bullpen as he's got his coat off, and I can get a good look at the number. Runner's going to go, and here's Clausen with the throw to second. It's going to get away and roll into center field. So that will put Krieger at second with an even count at 1 on the ball pitch.
Can you imagine what would happen if that happened today?
Stensrud ready on the rubber. And the 1-1.
The glance at second, glances again, and comes home.
This one's tinged over Martin's head into right field, and Parker Stevens will have to chase it down. The runner will come home from second, and Krieger will make it a 9-3 game here in the bottom of the 7th.
The center fielder, number 10.
And we come to Ty McGurran for the 5th time today. So McGurran to settle in.
0 for 4 on the evening.
2 outs and a runner at first. 9-3 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Helena Senators as Stensrud's pitch is outside for ball 1. Andrew Clausen catching now, and Frazier back at first.
People understood inside pitches, and they did not get.
Here's the Stensrud pitch.
That upset about it. Fouled it off. And
Contact, foul back to even us out at 1 on the count.
If you were in pro ball, everybody understood what was going on when it was a message pitch.
Stensrud will check the runner at first.
It didn't bother anybody.
Pitch on the way. And that one will bounce in front of the plate, and we'll get ball 2. So Stensrud just looking to get through the inning with 2 outs, with Dylan Chalmers warming up in the bullpen. We do have players standing up in the Senators bullpen. Looks like the catchers are down there, and a coach or 2. And we go 3-1 on the count.
And it is 3-1. So 3-1.
For McGurran, 0 for 4, but he does have a run.
Stretch and the set. Here's the pitch.
This one's going to be hit, and not able to get a hand on it is the shortstop. That'll put runners at first and second as King will pick it up in short center field. And with 2 outs, the Senators will have 2 on as we come to Ryan Barrett, the DH.
He has walked twice. A grounder in between, a grounder to short in between. The Mets were fined on this date by the Commissioner of Baseball for an
Stensrud checks the runner at second. Pitch on the way. And Clausen wants to take a moment and check in with his pitcher. As we are 1-0 on the count. And Andrew Clausen has come in this year and has done a great job behind the plate. Mavericks blessed with several players that can catch. Andrew Clausen, obviously Dane Frazier. Trad Richardson's a catcher, as well as Bo King. This one's going to be into center field, and King will have it in the glove, and that's the side. So a run earned, 2 left behind, and it's now 9-3 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Top of the 8th, right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
On 3 hits, and they leave 2.
Warning.
Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash are at it again. They've taken what was already the best wash in town, the best value in town, and made it even better. Now whenever you gas up your rig at Fast Trip Conoco, you can clean it up for half price. Yeah, you heard that right. When you fuel up your car at Fast Trip Conoco, you can get any wash at Magic Touch Car Wash for half price.
Warning. This is not a drill.
It's the Gas It Up, Clean It Up special at Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash, on reserve across from Large Pond.
Half-price wash only valid when purchased at the pump or in Fast Trip Conoco.
Stitches of Missoula is your resource for embroidery and screen printing. Give Stitches a call today at 406-529-2632 to speak with their super friendly staff and have them take care of your embroidery needs. From business logos to team jerseys, Stitches Embroidery can help you and your team look good. Check them out online at stitchesmontana.com to see their full line of silkscreen and embroidery options. Stitches is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton in Helena, Montana, Kendrick Field, and a change on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound for the Helena Senators as Ethan Kynes has slid over from the second base position. The DH is gone, so Ryan Barrett is done, and that puts Witham at second. So for Witham, in his time on the mound, 3 innings pitched, 53 total pitches, 1 strikeout, 2 walks, 2 hits, a run that was earned. And now we will start with Andrew Clausen. And Clausen's going to have this one high foul, and it's not caught. So the first baseman not able to get to it.
Would have been a pretty good catch again.
And I'm off on my order, so I'm not quite sure where Clausen is batting. As Clausen will ding off another foul ball for strike 2. Clausen leading off the inning. And that puts, and he'll be batting in the 8th spot. And Clausen will find himself on with the base hit to start the inning off. And with no outs, the Mavericks will have runners at first base. And now we come to Stuart Long.
He replaced Bay at shortstop a while ago.
So Long will come in as he took over for Dayton Bay at short, batting in the 9-hole spot, and the pitch is outside for ball 1. And we have more pitchers up in the Senator bullpen. They're looking to see if they can finish this off. Up 9-3 as this one's pinged off. Foul to even us out at 1. Long to settle in.
Looking down at Kirkpatrick, and a ball. Throw to first.
Throw to first is not in time as Clausen dives in. And we go 2-1 on the count.
1991. 3-0. He was 44 years old.
Here's the pitch. And it'll slide over the plate to even us out at 2. Mavericks with some work to do as they're down 9-3. And this one will be bounced out, picked up by the second baseman. The throw to second, down the line to first, but they did not get the out, and the leadoff runner is down. And a runner at first with 1 out as we swing to the top of the order to Parker Stevens.
Top of the order now, and Parker Stevens.
1 out, 1 on. Sam Busey in the on-deck circle as this one slides over the plate for strike 1.
Now, this has happened to me when I was in the Northern League a long time ago. We were in Duluth.
Here's the pitch. This one's high, foul down the first base line. It looks to go in the bullpen, and it will land square in the bullpen and hop over the fence, and that'll be strike 2. So Parker Stevens, 0-2 on the count, with 1 out and 1 on.
People were noticing that he tended to go into the bases with his spikes up and tried to hurt people, and that was not recommended.
Stevens will have this one high over second base. This is going to be the shortstop there with it in the glove, and that's out number 2. So we come to Sam Busey now.
Didn't matter. He kept going in with his
The left
spikes
fielder,
up.
number 16, Sam Busey.
So here is Sam Busey. And they yelled at him and it didn't work. And they yelled at him and it didn't work. Okay.
Busey to settle in with 2 outs and 1 on.
One day in Duluth, the pitch.
And Busey will have contact for strike 1.
And the first pitch is at his head. So down he goes. Catcher says, clean off home plate. I was the ump. The
Pitch low, and we get ball 1.
Ball 1 and strike 1. So I go out and clean off home plate, and the catcher
Busey settles back in.
Going in with his spikes up. Son, it's about your spikes.
Pitch on the way,
The pitch is
and it's over the plate for strike 2.
Ball 1 and strike 2. Well,
Busey
kid gets up, says something I can't repeat.
hasn't been on as he has been, as he's 0 for 4 with a strikeout. as we go 2-2 on the count. For Busey on the season, though, so far, we're only 6 games in.
Dust off home plate. So I go out, I dust off home plate.
He's got 412 as his average, as this one's going to get in between the legs of Kirkpatrick, and he'll get the base, and we've got a full count at 3-2. Dane Frazier in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks. Bottom of the 8th coming up for the Senators.
And your attitude.
It'll be the 6, 7, 8 batters.
Well, he said what he said a couple seconds ago.
Pitch on the way. And Busey will have this one on a line into the glove of the shortstop, and that's the side. So the Mavericks get 2 on, but the Senators hold them off, and it's 9-3. Bottom of the 8th coming up right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
The Missoula Prep Sports Network is Missoula's home for high school sports, and we need your help. MPSN is looking for local businesses to help us cover our local high school athletes by advertising their business on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. If you know of a business that would be interested in helping the Missoula Prep Sports Network in our coverage of high school sports in the Missoula area, drop us a line by using the Contact Us link at MPSN406.com. MPSN, Missoula's home for Missoula's Prep Sports heroes.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton at Kendrick Field in Helena, Montana. The Missoula Mavericks taking on the Helena Senators. Senators own the scoreboard 9-3. And a new man on the bump for the Mavericks as Dylan Chalmers has checked in.
Now pitching for the Mavericks, number 12, Dylan Chalmers.
So, as we take a look here, trying to update things as we go on the fly. And trying to send a text message out to a fan. Trying to multitask here. So Dylan Chalmers.
Rudy Barkley.
And it is Rudy Barkley, his first at-bat to lead off the inning, and Chalmers will skid this one over the plate for strike 1. Dylan Chalmers. And this one's fouled off for strike 2, letting Jay Scott, who is doing Helena Senators baseball on the Treasure Street radio network.
The windup by the right-hander.
Here's Chalmers now.
And the pitch.
And we're outside for ball 1, so 2-1 on the count.
So Finrud goes an inning and a third.
Here's the pitch. And it's over the plate, and we get a phone book tear from Romero for the strikeout. For out number 1. Brings us to Hunter Lindgren, the third baseman. So for Stensrud, it was an inning and a third, 1 run off of 3 hits. That run was earned, a strikeout and no walks. The Mavericks today, they've allowed 9 runs off 11 hits. 4 of those runs have been earned, 6 strikeouts and 7 walks. It would be Daniels with 4 walks and Angus with 3. Here's the pitch. Swung on for strike 2. And that would be Hunter Lindgren. Here's the pitch. Swung on. This is going to roll out. Shortstop's got it in the dirt. The throw rocketed over. Frazier sticks the bag, and that's out number 2. So we come to the catcher, Hunter Kirkpatrick, who has had a great game behind the plate today, has kept almost everything in front of him. And well, from the hitting portion, he's 1 for 3 with a strikeout, a walk, and 2 runs. Here's the pitch. It's over the plate for strike 1. And
he ended up striking out. He was so mad that he
here's the pitch. Swung on. This one's fouled off into the seats down the first base line, and we're 0-2. And this is exactly what Dylan Chalmers does. Coming off of last year and for what I'm seeing this year so far, as this one's fouled off high for 0-2. But I would say Dylan Chalmers is number 1, Brendan Hill number 2, Dane Frazier in there at number 3, and the newcomer, and it's 1, 2, 3 for the Senators as Romero will rip the phone book one more time on the inning. We go to the top of the 9th where it's all or nothing for the Mavericks. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn & Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 60 years. Give Tip Coburn & Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Tip Coburn & Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN.
Welcome back to MPSN. Top of the 9th inning, and the Mavericks need 6 runs to stay alive. 7 for the win, and it's Dane Frazier to lead off the inning. So 3, 4, 5 scheduled up. Frazier, Heydrich, and Stensrud. And I imagine there'll be somebody else in the place of Stensrud because he is done. So we'll see who goes in the hole. And continuing his time on the mound is Ethan Kientz. So Frazier at the ready. Mavericks need a big 9th inning here. Of course, we'll have the Helena Senators in Missoula next Wednesday night. We'll have a 3 Wednesday night showing between these two teams, as this Wednesday, next Wednesday, and the following Wednesday will be right back here at Kendrick Field. Mavericks will have the Royals this weekend. And then next weekend, Mother's Day weekend, we'll be in Billings, Montana to take on the Scarlets, the Royals, and Post 22 out of Rapid City. That's always a good one, the Hard Hats. Here's Frazier ready for his first pitch of the inning, and he'll strike on it. It's high down the first base line, and it will be out of play just inside the bullpen. Great job by the right fielder to chase that one down, but just out of reach as Barkley tried to get there, jumped on his bike and rode out there, and we've got strike 1. Kientz now ready with the pitch, and we'll have strike 2. Heydrich in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks. Here's the 0-2. And Frazier tings this one high. It's going to land on the concession stand building down the first base line. Here's the 0-2. And Frazier will continue to battle here against Kientz with an 0-2 count. Looks like Dylan Chalmers is going to move into that batting spot for Stensrud. And Chalmers likes to get to the plate. And Frazier has this one on a line into the glove of the right field of Barkley, and that's out number 1. Brings us to Caden Heydrich, his second at bat. of the game as Dylan Chalmers will move to the on-deck circle.
Here's Richardson, the third baseman.
Hydro settles in. Here's the pitch. And Hydro will bat this one out as it's got eyes, rolls into right field, and the kid will be on for the Mavericks with one out as we come to the pitcher, Dylan Chalmers.
And here is Chalmers, the pitcher.
Now batting. The pitcher.
And Chalmers last weekend on his at-bat, his last at-bat, had a stiff swing and came up with his off-throwing arm a little sore.
Right-handed batter.
Showing bunt, throw down the first base line, and Hydro stands up. They'll say strike one.
To Missoula next Wednesday. We hit the road on Saturday to Bozeman.
So with one out, one on, here's the 0-1 by Kynes. And it's outside, even at one. Bo King in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks.
I'll get it right eventually. Friday night we're here for the Independents, and Sunday we're here for the Reps. Saturday
Here's the pitch. And it's over the plate for strike two. So Barkley looking to close out the game here for the Senators. Here's the pitch. And Chalmers fouls this one high and hard. Stays alive at 1-2. Chalmers this year, as I said, limited. He's only had 4 at-bats, 1 hit, 2 runs. He's been struck out twice and walked once, and we'll make that strikeout number 3 as he'll go down for out number 2. That brings us to the center fielder, Bo King.
And here is King batting for the second time. A single his
The center
first
fielder,
out.
number 6, Bo King.
So King to settle in with 2 out and Hydro at first. Here's the pitch. And it'll be a strike. Kirkpatrick can't hold on to it, but they give it a strike call anyways.
So 9-3. Senators here leading the Mavericks.
Kind of feel the same way as Lawrence King does. If it doesn't, if the catcher can't hold on to it as it's swung on for strike 2, then it shouldn't be a strike. But hey, you know, I've got the microphone and the guys with the gear are calling the games behind the plate. Thomas Martin in the on-deck circle. Here's the pitch, and this one's foul down the third base line as King will stay alive at 0-2.
Going to be possibly an interesting bus trip home for the Mavericks.
King settles in. 0-2 on the count. Hydro at first, steps away.
Here's the pitch.
And we get ball 1.
But down 6 runs.
As Kirkpatrick chases it down.
Not going to go anywhere. That is Hydrick. Swing and
Hydro's going to go. This one's short, and the shortstop cannot hold on to it. And King will reach off the air.
And the error will prolong things. He was thinking flip the second, and Yogi said you couldn't think and hit at the same time. Sometimes you can't think.
So that brings us to Thomas Martin for the 3rd time today.
A strikeout his last time.
And he'll swing for strike 1.
And it's 0-1.
So the Mavericks load 2 on with 2 outs. Down 6 runs, 9-3 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. And this one will roll past the pitcher. Second baseman will pick it up. We'll have the tag, and that is game. The Helena Senators get the win 9-3 over the Missoula Mavericks. We'll have high school softball tomorrow night, folks. Thompson Falls at Loyola. First pitch is at 5 p.m. 4 p.m. We'll talk to you tomorrow night from the LSH softball field. You've been listening and watching Missoula Maverick Baseball on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Have a great evening.
Thank you for tuning in to this presentation of Missoula Sports.
What a rush!
MPSN's coverage of Missoula Sports is proudly powered by Fuel Fitness.
Always, always, always.
Tune in next time when the Missoula Prep Sports Network has coverage of your local sports heroes.
Well,